When you blow a balloon too big, it can be hard to control. You can't tie it, so you have to let go, and eventually it deflates. When reps have too many notifications and you add another to their already full load, it becomes too hard to control, deflating and flying all over the place, causing opportunities to be missed. The sales report. Joining us today is Chris Cicconi, a sales leader from Unicorn. How are you doing today, Chris?
I am doing excellent. I'm so excited to be chatting with you, Veronica.
We're happy to have you here too. So the main question I have for you today is, have you ever been overwhelmed by all your deal and task notifications?
That is definitely a pretty regular occurrence, I feel like, in the life of the average salesperson. And I've definitely lived that time and time again.
And what was that feeling like?
It becomes very overwhelming. I have Slack notifications pinging me. I have my Gmail account lighting up with not emails from prospects. I have notifications in my CRM, whatever outreach tool we're using. I just feel like there's a lot that comes from everywhere and it's just so distracting. And maybe it's a bit of OCD, but every time I see like one of those little number 1 notifications pop up, like I have to click it and I have to execute it. So it just distracts me from whatever I'm doing.
I definitely don't think you're alone in that. I too love to click on when I see the little red dot. But how did that impact your sales?
It's very distracting. I have a hard time focusing on one thing. And a lot of times as a salesperson and as a sales leader, it's hard to figure out where I should be spending my time to be as effective and efficient as possible, right? I always have the mentality of what's closest to the goal line, what can I push over the line? But if I'm constantly distracted by, hey, you forgot to update this close date, and hey, you forgot to follow up with this jerk over here, I'm like, it's pulling me away from where I think I'm most likely to close revenue and at the end of the day help myself and the company.
And that revenue definitely is the most important thing. So, how do you address and recover from this problem?
Being very, very disciplined and organized is critical for me. I live off of a to-do list that I've created, which is at odds with a lot of the notifications and reminders that I get. If I can stick to my to-do list of, work this deal, respond to this person, send this proposal, check in here. If I can follow that really well, I'm in a good spot. The problems start to occur when I cross off that first thing from the to-do list and then I go check the 14 different notifications that I have and tackle those. The next thing you know, it's the end of the day and I have not accomplished half of what I wanted to do.
I have been there, felt that for sure. Do you have any idea what a comprehensive solution to this problem would look like?
I think first off, if there was a way to group all of this together into one spot, because like I said, I find that sometimes there are Slack notifications, sometimes there are email notifications, sometimes the notifications live in the CRM. And every time I open something new, it's like I'm bombarded with new notifications to tackle. So if all of that was put into one spot, kind of like what I'm trying to do with my to-do list, and then if it could help be prioritized in some way, shape, or form, I think that would be valuable. What is most likely to close sooner rather than later? Where is the biggest value that I could be spending my time at? Like that stuff would be helpful so that I wouldn't be running around trying to knock off tasks everywhere. It would be one spot to go to execute. And I know that if I do these things, I will be in a better spot than I was at the beginning of the day.
That's a great idea you have, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Sales leaders, how are you tackling this problem? Let us know in the comments below.